17 meanings of square. Welcome everybody. Thank you for coming. This time we are going to conduct a word investigation of square. My name is Bluciful and I am a private word investigator. The first question is whether our suspect is a noun, a verb, an adjective, or an adverb. It turns out it can be all of them. A noun. As a noun, it can be a shape, it can be a place. Our suspect was seen in many places called squares. It was seen in Red Square, Trafalgar Square, Times Square. Actually, you might even have a square in your own town or city. It can be a unit of measurement, for example, square feet or square miles. A square means a boring person who doesn't like exciting ideas. Let us see some examples from movies.
That's a 300-page document. Okay, what are the terms?
Okay, I have no idea what you're talking about. Named, let's see, was the parent company Glendon Enterprises.
35,000 square feet at 19 West 57th, $80 a foot, expires in 6 months with an option to extend, exercisable in 30 days.
Who signed the lease?
Lorraine, what are you doing?
I swiped it from the old lady's liquor cabinet.
Yeah, well, you shouldn't drink.
Why not?
Because you might regret it later in life.
Don't be such a square. Everybody who's anybody drinks.
A verb. The most challenging situation is when square takes on the form of a verb. It was spotted with prepositions like with, away, or off, under the guise of phrasal verbs. First, let me show you the phrase to square something with something else. When something doesn't square with something, it doesn't agree with it. It is in conflict with it. For example, what you say doesn't square with what you do. You're asking me out? How does it square with the fact that you are married? When you square something with somebody, you make sure that they agree. Let us square it with the boss before we start. Another meaning of square with is when you settle a debt with someone, set the record straight to make even with them, either by making something up to them or taking revenge. You can say you square things up with somebody. Hold on, I have to go square with the cashier. Meaning number 4, to square away. To finish, complete, or tidy something or put in order. Let's square this mess away. Number 5, to square off, which means to prepare to fight, compete, or argue with somebody. Number 6, to square means to multiply a number by itself. For example, 10 squared equals 100. 7, to square your shoulders means to pull your shoulders up and back because you feel determined to do something. He squared his shoulders and took a deep breath before diving into the pool. Let's see how square is used in all of those meanings.
Can you do it?
Are you offering me a choice? Because I can find my own way to square things with Cole.
Then you do have a choice.
And I choose to leave, sir.
Wakey, wakey!
Oh my God. Greg, is that Greg?
Get up, I'm going to put you two in a taxi. Managed to square things with the desk sergeant. What a couple of lightweights. You couldn't even make it to closing time.
Can you whisper?
Not really!
Supposed to be making amends. Crossing names off a list. And I've squared things with people that I've hurt. There are a few people that I don't think I'm gonna be able to square things up with, though. So I just figured wall's easier, you know? Yeah.
We're all squared away on the paperwork?
No, we're not squared away on shit until you tell me whether or not you knew.
You want to run that by me again?
Delta Financial, your client. Did you know they were heavily invested in Celtic?
Are you? Well, maybe I should try to get ahead of it, huh?
No, it's too late for that. Just stick around. I need some help squaring the place away anyway.
Yeah, I don't know.
But it is not who I want to be, not anymore.
Then I am happy to relieve you of your...
I understand your urge to fight. The only way that you can see me, determine my true intentions. But I do swear to you, every moment that we square off wastes precious time. The Emperor has discovered your location.
Now, I'm really happy with our wedding date. The month squared equals the square of the sum of the members of the set of prime factors of the day. Isn't that romantic?
Yes, it's like that Shakespeare sonnet. Shall I compare thee to a day that's also a really weird math problem?
If they were to cure cancer tomorrow, this would still be the greatest thing to happen all week. Okay, now you're ready for Naked Marshall.
Oh my God. This is awesome times awesome. It's awesome square.
I know, right? Behind the piano.
Remember to square your shoulders, Jerry.
Yeah, I got it.
Square can be an adjective or an adverb. One, square as an adjective means having the shape of a square cookie, for example. 2, it can mean honest, be square with me. 3, it can mean straight or right. I hit him square in the face, or she couldn't look me square in the eye. It can mean decent, a decent meal. 5, square root. Square root of 4 is 2. 6, to be square with someone or to call it square. It means you paid somebody back what you had owed them, and you are even in terms of money or favors. Let's watch some examples.
People keep distracting me. At first, my mother kept answering the phone when I called, even though she knew I was busy. And now you show up with my favorite shape of food, a circle made of triangles served in a square box.
You ain't bugged, are you? You ain't some bitch, Lou. Are you?
Dave, I always play square, no bugs. I love to have you go on the record, but I'm in no hurry whenever you're ready.
Did Dad say anything? He looked square at me, but acted like he didn't know me. Like he'd never seen me before. Something real wrong was going on. So,
I slept.
Hey.
Let's get you a square meal.
Yeah, come on, I'll make you one of my world famous sandwiches, huh?
By the way, remember when I told you owed me? I pretty much say we're even.
I don't think this word even means what you think it means.
Oh, is that a fact?
You're damn right it is. I turned down a job offer. You were going to go to prison. You owe me for the rest of your life.
Got it. Me and you, square.
Once again, I don't think the word square means what you think it means.
You're right. We still got to go eat on you.
Before we finish, I will give you 4 expressions with square. 1, to go back to square one, to return to the beginning. If your plan fails, we will have to go back to square one. 2, fair and square, to do something, usually win, within the rules. He couldn't have won fair and square, I'm sure he was cheating. 3, a square peg in a round hole, a person in a situation unsuited to their abilities or character. 2, something quite improbable. 4, be there or be square. It is an idiomatic expression used humorously to mean that if you don't attend or show up wherever there is, usually what promises to be an exciting event, you aren't very cool. Now some examples to back up the theory.
This is the worst possible position to be in. If I water down the bill, the president will still see me as a failure. If the strike doesn't end in a week, I've forced myself into a corner. Only total victory will put me back in his good graces. The alternative is exile, which would mean the last 5 months were for nothing. I cannot abide falling back to square one.
Professor Hawking, how nice of you to call.
Hello. I really enjoyed our game, Dr. Cooper.
Oh, me too.
Or should I say Dr. Loser? Ha ha ha.
Yes, congratulations. You won fair and square. Very impressive, sir.
Tell me this isn't a government operation.
It just isn't a contingency we've remotely looked at. Those CO2 levels are going to be getting toxic.
Well, I suggest you gentlemen invent a way to put a square peg in a round hole. Rapidly.
Miss Patty's having a recital.
Oh, yeah. It's her big annual show. All her kids in all her classes get to perform. It's Be There or Be Square, best show in town.
It's Thursday, right? That's a good night. I can have Caesar close for me.
That's it, ladies and gentlemen. The meeting is over. Now go and find yourself a square.